warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh, and very good morning. United Arab Emirates or UAE that be ordered by Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan. He became a president on 3 November 2004 till today. The population of this country is more than 9 million. The United Arab Emirates population is equivalent to 0.13% of the total world populations. The economy of the United Arab Emirates is the second largest in the Middle East after Saudi Arabia, with a gross domestic product (GDP) of 403.2 billion AED 1.46 trillion in 2014. The Emirates have been successfully diversifying their economy. Although the UAE has the most diversified economy in the GCC, situation needed, its economy remains essentially reliant on petroleum. With the exception of Dubai, most of the UAE is dependent on petroleum. Petroleum and natural gas continue to play a central role in the economy, especially in Abu Dhabi. More than 85%, the UAE's economy was based on the oil exports in 2009. In 2011, oil exports accounted for 77% of the UAE's state budget. Tourism is one of the bigger non-oil sources of revenue in the UAE, with some of the world's most luxurious hotels being based in the UAE. A massive construction boom and expanding manufacturing base and a thriving services sector are helping the UAE diversify its economy. Nationwide, there is currently 350 billion worth of active construction projects. Lastly, this currency that this country used in United Arab Emirates is dirham. Next, the main industry of United Arab Emirates is petroleum, fishing, aluminium, cement, fertilizers, and textiles.
Inflation rate, as we know, is a measure by the Consumer Price Index. Reflects the annual percentage change in the cost to the average consumer of acquiring a basket of goods and services that may be fixed or changed at specific intervals such as yearly. The ratepayers formula is generally used. Data for inflation are average for the year, not end of period data. So as we can see here, this is the inflation rate of United Arab Emirates. At 2008, the inflation rate is the highest and the worst inflation rate on that year among the others. At 2009, the country started recovered their inflation rate until 2014. But at 2015, the inflation rate become worse again, but not too much as 2008, as you can see here. Then the inflation rate start decrease. As you can see here again, this is the decrease. And stable at 2016 until 2017.
What is unemployment? You guys don't know, right? Unemployment occurs when a person who is actively searching for employment is unable to find one. Unemployment is often used as a measure of the health of the economy. The most frequent measure of unemployment is the unemployment rate, which is the number of unemployed people divided by the number of people in labor force. Unemployment rate below 4% is considered as full employment. This is the graph of unemployment rate of United Arab Emirates. Based on this chart, we can see that unemployment rate at 2010 is the highest one among the others. The rate decreased from 2010 to 2016 and increased back at 2017.
Inflation problem. As we can see, inflation rate at 2008 is the highest, and we can say it is the worst rate happened in United Arab Emirates. This increase because by an increase in price of raw materials, oils and imports, in addition to depreciation of US dollar exchange rate. Then the government of UAE levies few tax. We can say it's Dubai has no income tax, and government account for only USD 10 billion of the Emirate debts. But its sponsor companies, which together have accumulated a total debt almost equal to the Emirates 2008 GDP of USD 82 billion. After the financial crisis in 2008, the economy started stable back in 2012. It is because oil price robust as well as trade and tourism booms in Dubai, which is recovering from 2008. The stable oil price made inflation rate in UAE decrease and stable.
Unemployment problem. The UAE has one of the lowest unemployment rates in the Middle East, but at 2010, the unemployment rate is not stable. It is because of the implementation of the job nationalization programs. Unemployment among UAE nationals become an acute problem in recent years due to the number of fresh graduates holding bachelor and higher degrees with the right kind of education, academic qualification, certificate, and looking for specific work in certain sectors. Another issue is the unemployment rate, which is higher in the case of women than men. However, these two will soon change as initiatives are being put in place to hire more female workers.
How to overcome unemployment problems? UAE use two methods. The first one is monetary policy and the second one is fiscal policy. For monetary policy, the government of the UAE utilized a dynamic expansionary money-related arrangement that is devoted to developing the economy and creating the fancy investment objects of stable costs, low unemployment and high managed budgetary development, as confirmation by the article gave Dubai plots come back to credit markets. Dubai wants to offer more securities with a specific end goal to fund a more different budgetary method. With more cash under control, Dubai will push ahead with arrangement to expand July GDP by expanding government using on things. For fiscal policy, following a significant fiscal adjustment in 2015 to 2016, due to the decline in oil prices, fiscal policy became more supportive of growth. After narrowing by nearly 16 percentage points of GDP between 2014 and 2016, the adjustment non-oil primary deficit is projected to return by 8% points in GDP from 2006 to 2018. The authority's introduction in 2018, a value-add tax in the context of a GCC-wide initiative at a rate of 5% to diversify non-oil revenue and reduce the dependence of fiscal revenue on the hydrocarbon sector. On the spending side, the authorities plan to continue to stabilize the wage bill and other current expenses as a share of non-oil GDP. So, fiscal policy will be expansionary in 2019.
Hey gang, remember me? Okay, before this, I already introduced about UAE background and now I will explain about how to overcome the inflation on UAE. Firstly, UAE used the method monetary policy to overcome the inflation, and secondly, fiscal policy. Okay, we will go by one first. Firstly, we go to monetary policy. Okay, monetary policy, the central bank should allow unlimited growth of money supply according to the speed of economic growth of real domestic product. Okay, to lower money supply, the central bank should increase the discount rates to commercial banks. As a commercial banks, National Bank of Abu Dhabi has to increase the interest rate. The borrowing by people of investor will be less. The fees relation between dirham and US dollar led the central bank to be reinforced to decrease the interest rates during the period of inflation. When the central bank through the open market such government securities, the bank will cut the money supply. For example, cash in hand will be less. Other than that, the central bank should increase the required reserve ratio. So, National Bank of Abu Dhabi have to keep extra funds out of lending. All this will contribute to lower the high growth of money supply. When we do this method, it can overcome the inflation problem. For the fiscal policy, UAE make change in the taxes and government spending, ID called fiscal policy. The government should increase taxes or fees and cut its spending in an attempt to prevent inflation from increasing. A surplus in a public budget is added taxes in addition to income taxes. That will activate the effectiveness of our fiscal policy to influence the world economic activities in these countries. As we mentioned before, the excess aggregate demand causes rapid increases in overall price level. Government expenditures took 22% of total expenditure on GDP in 2005. To eliminate the excess aggregate demand, the government should cut its spending. The problem is with oil revenues which go directly to the public budget and cause a rapid increase in government expenditures and ultimately an excess aggregate demand. The government can design one budget based on foreign currencies and another budget based on domestic currencies. I mean that the government should spend domestically according to the production capacity of the UAE economy. Extra demand on goods and services created by government, expenditures can be absorbed via imports. However, a critical part of demand must be satisfied by domestic productions such as housing units, education and medical care. The UAE is still considered among the top 5 countries in the world in the case of paying taxes. We should start to implement taxation system as most of other countries are doing as a source of public revenue that will decrease the dependence and oil revenues. Additionally, taxes will decline private consumption, which is a major part of aggregate demand. Value-added taxes are largely imposed by different countries across the globe. International trade organizations tend to decline tariffs or even cancel them. Additionally, and lastly, GCC countries tend to substitute value-added taxes for tariffs. Value-added taxes can increase government revenues better than tariffs because difference can be imposed on sale price and cover both goods and services, while tariffs are imposed on imported goods only. That's all about fiscal and monetary policy to overcome inflation problem. Okay gang, we are already in the end of our segment, which is ECO 120 project. Okay, in this project we already do a background introduction, a background of UAE, United Arab Emirates, and we already do about inflation rates, unemployment rates, overview, and also how to overcome the problems. Okay, so ready, I want to ask you how we can conclude by we do all of that thing.
We can conclude that United Arab Emirates already have reached the stability economy where the rates of inflation and unemployment rate is below than 4.0%.
Oh, like that. Nice calculation. Alright, bro.